who made the call with me is just now realizing how incredibly screwed up of a situation it is. Now with the roadblocks that are in place, that's one of the issues, is trying to work around blocks, and those could have been done were it not for the misconduct of police. Now I tried to turn that in, and I had someone who actually called in with me who knew at least a little bit of something, and the fact that she's not a complete and total fucking idiot is helpful. Also, the fact that she spoke up a couple of times when I really started to, I couldn't, you know, goose feathers, or whatever. Goose feather. But having her there, having the fact that she knows me, and she knows she's being recorded, she was gonna make the phone call. I'm mean. I'm really, really mean. Vocally. I know telling the truth is mean. I know that telling the truth hurts people's feelers. But you know what? If people are dying because you don't want to get your feelers hurt, well, I don't give a fuck about your feelers. Or feelings. Yeah, let's not say feelers. We don't want to dumb ourselves down too much. The problem with the housing, that's the main thing that these people all want to focus on. We can focus on the housing, but we cannot do the housing to the exclusion of everything else. These crimes still need to be turned in, and it still needs to be immediately. The lady at DHS is stumped. Well, neglect is a criminal act, so yeah, that's the thing, is that she says this goes way beyond criminal, and that's one of the things where it's good to have it recorded, and I'm glad I have it recorded. The lady that I spoke with also works at Tillamook Family Counseling, so she apparently works at both jobs, and there's a peer support thing, apparently that might help. That's the thing, is that I am, again, getting sent around to a bunch of people I don't know. And at least there's, for the time being, a witness who can at least verify it. And I was trying to explain, hey, this is the way that it always goes. If I was able to sit there with the computer in front of me and help doing this, I could get it turned in. The lady did want to, I don't know how to explain this without you guys pretending I'm making it up, but she wanted to put emphasis herself on making sure that the stuff in Colorado and Nebraska is turned in. That I do get help for that, because that needed to happen, that should have happened. I did explain that the cops talked nice, but that they did not tell the truth to me. I did go to them about the abuse. They did ignore it, and they did allow it to continue. They literally didn't do their jobs, and I told her what they had said in those situations, and the lady who called with me, she can verify that, yeah. She said that goes way beyond abuse. or sorry, way beyond neglect. She was saying that's criminal. I already knew it was criminal, but like I told you guys, this is way criminal. It's way criminal. And also, the lady, Kylie, she also, she verified that the things that I was saying about the homeless are absolutely true. I do have to worry because she is a local service who works together with law enforcement. She did change the subject several times as far as law enforcement went. She said that what her normally what she would do was to call the sheriff, but with the sheriff's department and the us not knowing which one that we would get, and the fact that I was also trying to turn in an assault against a 14-year-old girl. The problem is having a place to sit with my evidence where I don't have to be afraid of everything being taken by the very people I'm trying to turn in because they wouldn't let me turn anyone in. It's not that I didn't try, it's that I was intimidated out of it. And I described it in a much more mild fashion. I explained what was going on, just the Cliff's Notes, not even the worst parts. I was just trying to get it across that I was being abused by others. And that here in Tillamook, it was people weren't understanding or trying to understand. Like I recorded the situation, so could we just look at the evidence? But then I gotta go find a place and find somebody who'll help me to send it. And that's just stupid. When I told the lady from Adult Protective Services what it is that the police here did, and she said that that was beyond abuse, or sorry, beyond neglect. That this is criminal. And then, like, who do you call though? Who do you call? And the things that I have video recorded on my YouTube channel, when I said these things are criminal, she verified that they are criminal. Oh God, there's the my key is having issues again. I'm gonna have to disassemble it and dry it out and take a file to it. Thank goodness I have a file next to me. It'll probably take about half an hour. Thank goodness I had the coffee to help calm me down. I was talking a million miles a minute, but my God, if Caitlin hadn't been on the phone, you have no idea how scared I was. I only raised my voice once, and the lady on the phone only raised her voice to me once, I think. It was right after I raised mine because I was scared that she wasn't understanding. Now, Caitlin was trying to impress upon me that the lady was saying this is far bigger than just neglect. So the lady that was going to help me, she's going to make the call to Tfcc with me, and hopefully we're able to get something done. Yeah, that sound denotes that I've had too much stuff plugged in, and it's, let's see how much charge is left on my phone. I'm at 65%. Now I got the recordings, and I think what I'm going to try to do is, because they are important and because I'm going to need to be able to send them out, what I'm going to do is I am going to download them to YouTube, but they're not going to be set to public. They will, and it's going to take a couple of days, but at least the attempt that we made is there in case the lady who helped me needs that for later reference, either to turn in the police or to get a case against me, which I'm fine with both. Um, I don't feel that the way that I had to act in this is a way that anybody should have to act, and I feel that under any other circumstances it would be wrong to do so. I also admit to the things I do. Yes, I'm a mean and ruthless SOB. Don't fuck with my friends. Don't threaten to kill my family. Don't fuck with them. I don't think that should be a problem to understand. I don't think that those boundaries are too difficult to understand. Also, if my friends and family are being threatened and I'm being abused and you want to call me a friend and do nothing about it, not take it seriously, you don't understand how much that hurts. There's a lot of child abuse and neglect that I need to turn in, and we're hoping, from what Kaylee was saying, or maybe it's Kylie. I hope I didn't get her name wrong. This lady, Robyn, is supposed to help, and she's specifically the one I'm supposed to go to. Um, and that's the whole shebang. I'm supposed to go there for mental health and for peer support, and that's the whole thing, is that I've done the mental health thing, and that's fine, and I don't mind jumping through that, but we need to focus on the abuse and stopping that. As far as focusing on housing to the exclusion of just housing, no, that allows the predators to get away. There has to be a way to turn these pieces of shit in. I got housing, and that's one of the things about mandated reporters, and once I had housing, them going away and pretending I don't exist. That's one of the things with Megan Misigatis. She did help. She just didn't help turn any of this shit in. Literally any excuse not to turn it in. Now with the lady at Adult Protective Services saying that this is just this here in Tillamook is beyond just neglect. We did agree that Tfcc is a clean slate because I hadn't gone there yet, and I did right by doing that. The lady did not want to acknowledge the fact that I need someone to go in with me. That's the instructions that I have, is someone with me. She said I don't have to have somebody go in with me. I was like, for my safety, even my own paperwork says to have someone go in with me. The instructions to my friends and family to prevent people from screwing up to begin with, it's on here. The thing with them trying to put you through the housing hole. See, that's something that the lady that was going to help me, I haven't even tried to go through all of the stuff with that, or how Scott DaCosta was involved in that, or how any of his deputies were involved in that, but that's just holy shit. So when people are wanting to do the housing to the exclusion of everything else, that's not a happening thing anymore. On the bright side, at least the lady who I went to for help 6 years ago, after making a phone call with me, obviously it's an emergency situation. It's not being treated as an emergency. Anyway, it was a very informative call, but everything that was said in there that was true, I already knew. And the part where the lady was BSing me, that's the thing about the sending me to the family counseling thing. And then, of course, the lady that called with me, she's going to push the housing thing and the mental health thing. But the problem is, they only do that. And if that's the only thing that they will do, then no, you're not helping me. You're perpetuating the abuse. You are allowing my predators to go free and for me to continue to have to live like this. Even if I'm in housing, I have no friends. I have no future. I can't see my loved ones. I will never be allowed an honest day in court. Because anybody can abuse me at any point in time and get away with it by calling me mentally ill. And by saying, oh, do you want to get off the streets? Yes, I've been fucking trying to get off the goddamn streets. How about instead of making inferences like that, you listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. And I understand I talk fast, I'm scared as shit. I'm trying to get 6 years worth of abuse all pounded out into a couple of minutes. So with them not doing their jobs and it being more than just neglect, it's also abuse, obviously. So she doesn't know who to go to. That is not helpful. That is not good to hear, is it? I mean, here we are. We have a legal system that is supposed to do what? I mean, literally everybody continues to ignore the legal issue. Well, these people are going to help you with this, and they're going to help you with that. Like, that's the point, is that I need to turn in the fucking abuse. That's what I need. Not to go to their friends. No, that's not acceptable. The thing is that the lady that I spoke with told me some of them are illegal. That's right, she told me several things that are illegal, but maybe she's just ignorant. Just because it's illegal to say those things doesn't mean that she knew that it was illegal. That's the thing about these folks not understanding or following protocol. Except that she understands the protocol well enough to understand that what happened at the hospital with the cops there, this is all stuff that does need to be turned in. And the lady that I spoke with, by the end of the call, she realized that, yeah, it's a very scary situation, but this is abuse and neglect by these officers. When it became criminal, yes, that is abuse. Yes, hitting somebody is abuse. Kicking somebody is abuse. When I went through and told her the things that I was told, who am I supposed to go to about abuse? It says the different types of abuse. I told her about these abuses, and she said that's beyond abuse, that's criminal. Well, yes, duh. They committed these criminal acts, which are abusive. She's playing on words. And that's the problem with having to make a phone call with somebody who's not informed. But on the bright side, she was better informed than a lot of these web sleuths, because at least this lady knows me in person. And she doesn't understand how dangerous a situation it really is. Anyway, I gotta go to Starbucks and get that started. I gotta try to take the words off the audio recording device, and here we are again. I have to wait another night, and hopefully they'll be able to schedule for another call. The lady who made the call with me this time, she called them first. She didn't leave me her number, and I don't have the number for the lady that we called, but I do have the recording. That's the thing about having someone else help you. I'm hoping the lady who's helped me took notes. If not, I got the recording. If her notes don't match up with the recording, we can ask why. She also felt that the situation with Whalen was an APS. That's Adult Protective Services with Department of Health and Human Services. That was her stating that it's beyond neglect, that it's criminal. Well, of course, I told you it was criminal. It says here that who I'm supposed to go to about these criminal acts is, let me see. All right, what should I do if someone is being abused or neglected? Contact Adult Protective Services. What are the different types of abuse and neglect? She lied. She lied. Adult Protective Services. That is exactly what abuse and neglect is. Yes, that is exactly what they're supposed to do something about. Her saying it goes beyond abuse and neglect because it's criminal. I know. I know. I need to calm down a little bit, though. So I think I'm going to go get a coffee and do that. And then I'll have three more recordings to add to my hundreds of recordings. Now, she was saying that with the abuse that I'm going through, that she would normally call the sheriff's department, but the issue with the sheriff's deputy assaulting a 14-year-old girl, and that being one of the things I'm trying to turn in, that's what these people aren't understanding. Their job is to blow you off and neglect you, and that's what they're doing. It's not their job. No, this is exactly their job. And I'm glad that the lady that called with me took that to heart, because it is literally their job, and now we have them recorded lying, which is perfect. Now, she may do what the folks here did, which is pretend it isn't happening. Now, with Tfcc, with that lady working there and all that, and then wanting to just focus on housing. No, we need to focus on the abuse. Stop pushing housing. You know that housing takes 2 years or longer to get, especially in this area. That's if you're lucky. With the issues that I had with the police, the crimes that they committed in Chapel, Nebraska, Dual County, Nebraska, and the lady there, that housing lady, yeah, those are all important things. And Marcia Estrada, being a witness to those people and their character, is important. Also, with the severe safety risk with the officers, and me being left out here alone again, it's very screwed up. What the fuck did I do? I have a cigarette right here. The lady, saying that that's beyond neglect. I mean, and that's the way that Caitlin took it, obviously, because she messaged me, and I had made mention about it. I'm like, but she wasn't honest. That's the part that I'm pissed off about. I don't mean the lady that was helping me. I mean the Kaylee lady. I also mentioned what a mean-hearted son of a bitch I've had to come across as out of desperation. Why the hell not? Illegal plates, and I have to be scared shitless of them. I can't go to where the food is because some of my predators are up there that the cops didn't do anything about, in addition to the cops being predatory here. And of course that lady Kaylee, she wanted me to, the lady that's helping me, of course we got to do this together. I also explained that this is the first time that this lady had ever tried making a call with me. I've been going to her for 6 years. She just hasn't had the time.
You want your copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty.
Here's Sibuku. I'll give you $1 in a second. Yeah, I'm really an asshole on the internet. I know that for sure. And when somebody's being harmed, I'm pretty fucking mad about that too. Don't fucking hurt people. With the resources being taken from me as a result of the actions of law enforcement as well as others. I mean, I stumped the lady at DHS. have a wonderful day. The solution to my safety issue is for my safety issue to continue until reschedule for another date. So the lady who's gonna help me, she called to reschedule for the nearest available convenience. I hope she's able to explain that it's an emergency. I am paranoid because it's a small town, small department, and this is the DHS's Department of Health and Human Services job. So her sending me on to someone else is completely uncalled for. And I'm gonna have to send that I already knew it was a criminal act. That's the problem. Is that I had to try to turn it into cops by myself. The cops didn't try to collect any evidence. What they tried to do is intimidate me, make fun of me. But I get where she's coming from, where I was specifically saying neglect, and it's not just neglect. I did say abuse and neglect. But the intimidation from those officers, especially when they were there, I mean, it didn't need to happen that way, and it is illegal. And obviously, the lady from the Department of Health and Human Services knows it. Also, the jumping through mental health hoops, like, I am sick of that. And then she wanted to pull the it's free thing again. No, it's not fucking free. I've been doing this for 6 fucking years. It's not fucking free. It's a long, drawn out fucking process. So I do have to call up the lady who's helping me, and I have to point out very specifically that stuff on the paperwork and explain to her that the next step is actually to turn the Department of Health and Human Services in. The fact that this lady is trying to redirect us by trying to pretend that her job isn't her job, that's messed up. Not having a place is preventing me from being able to do a lot. I don't have a place because I've been going to one of these mental health services after another after another. Stop sending me to mental health services. If they're not going to help me to go through the evidence and get it turned in, why the fuck are you sending me there? It's stupid. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.